I'm Courtney King,
And I'm Joe Rath.
and we are here today tackling yet another real estate question. So, Joe, this is a big question that a lot of buyers have. How much does one really need to put down when they buy a home?
That's one of the first numbers that people usually ask about when they ask, and I'm sure you've gotten this question a lot too. And no, you don't have to put 20% down. I think that the reason people keep going back to that number is because that's where there are other fees attached to below that percentage. And that's called PMI or private mortgage insurance.
Mm-hmm.
That can increase your monthly payment. But no, there's no prerequisite that says you have to put 20% down. Let's talk a little bit about some of the other options that might be out there. And I think it's really, well, there are lots of options. And so advice would really just be start with talking to a lender, right?
Absolutely. It's not a one size fits all thing. Talk to a lender for sure. There's so many different loan products. Like to some, especially our first time home buyers, a lot of them lean towards FHA loans, where in an FHA situation, they only need to put 3.5% down generally. But then you've got your VA loans, and the benefit of a VA loan is you don't have to put any money down. And yes, that appeals to our veteran community. But tell me this, Joe, what about down payment assistance? Because that also
I
comes
love
into
this
play.
question, Courtney. And the reason I'm so excited about that too is because that's how I bought my first house too, was a down payment assistance program.
Hmm.
The city that I was buying in was trying to get more home ownership in the area. And that usually has to do with a local lending program, maybe in coordination with the city. We publish a lot of that on our own website too, but you can find out by contacting lenders. Again, it's a good place to start, but
Hmm.
maybe even look at a city website or something in a place that you're looking at.
Absolutely. Cities, counties, there are some nonprofit organizations that help first time home buyers. And at the end of the day, I think it's just important that buyers aren't counting themselves out of the game before they even get started.
Yeah, absolutely.
When you're considering different factors or variables when it comes to obtaining a mortgage, you're looking at debt to income ratio, you're looking at your income, you're looking at, as a buyer, you're probably thinking, this is the maximum amount of money that I want to, number one, bring to the table. Number two, this is what I want, I feel comfortable with when it comes to my monthly payment. And it's like once you wrap all of those facts together and give it to the expert to guide you, then they'll figure out what the best loan product is for you.
Yeah, and I have another one too that we're seeing a lot of, especially in the last couple of years or so, and that's family gift,
Mm,
where you don't always have to rely wholly on your own savings. And sometimes, if you're fortunate enough to have a family member, they can write a letter and to the lender saying, "This is going to be a contribution to my down payment." That's another option as well. We see a lot of that.
uh-oh, now you have me going down a rabbit hole.
That's
Because
good.
one of the things that I think some people don't consider either, especially if we're getting creative, is we have a lot of multi-generational housing situations going on where millennials are living with their parents, or whatever the case may be. You have multiple generations living in a household. There might be opportunities for a reverse mortgage or other loan products that allows a family or group of people to kind of pool their resources to secure housing. And that might be another thing that appeals to buyers that are watching this broadcast.
Yeah, and the money can come from different places too. Like with
Yeah.
another question I get sometimes is about whether or not you can dip into retirement savings. Of course,
Mm-hmm.
like now there's probably two professionals you might want to talk to, maybe a CPA or a financial advisor, and also the lender, because there are different contribution limits.
Yeah.
There are so many different options out there. So I know it's nice to be able to ask a question and get like a one size fits all approach. But I think this is good news for the most part. And Courtney,
Hmm.
just like you said, to kick things off,
Yeah.
you have options, and don't limit yourself, and don't think that you don't have access to home ownership because you're tied to one of those options. We've seen all of these approaches be successful in finding a house.
Well, there you have it. You've got a lot of options when it comes to buying your first or next home. If you have any other real estate questions, please drop them in the chat. Joe and I will be back with another episode to answer them, and we hope to see you soon. Take care.